You're going to learn how to create a customized Google search engine. This will be great if you want to make sure that your students are finding reliable, good, high quality resources for papers that they're going to be writing. For example, I used this last year to help my students make sure that they didn't run into any search results that were not school appropriate. We did a project over mythology, and just some of the images, even though they are artistic representations of these gods and goddesses, some parents had a problem with that, so we just kind of went around those images there. Also, this would be great to introduce students to searching, making sure that they find information they need. So really this can be used at all levels, depending on how you want to use it. So the first thing you need to do to create your customized Google search engine is make sure that you have a Google account. If you don't have a Google account, if you look in the comments or right above the comments section where it talks about this video, I will put a link to a video that will help you create a Google account. If you already do have a Google account, then what you need to do is get on an internet browser, go to google.com. Maybe it is already what pops up when you get on the internet. Maybe you'll have to go to google.com up here. Go ahead and make your way here and make sure you're logged in like I am here. Okay, once you are logged in to Google, you're going to come over here to this 3x3 grid. This is like your toolbar for Google, and maybe you'll have what you need in already here in your toolbar, but just in case, you're going to go to more and then even more from Google, just so that everybody's on the same page. And then notice that everything is sectioned off. We're going to look for the section that says specialized search. So we're here in the specialized search section, and we're going to click custom search, and that'll take you to the page to begin creating your custom search from Google. As you can see, I have a couple search engines that I've already made, either for my students or for undergrad courses. Here, what you are going to do is click New Search Engine over here on the side, and it's going to take you to where you're going to be creating your search engine. The first thing I like to do is to name it, and that just kind of keeps me in the mindset of what I'm doing. So maybe you're going to do Greek mythology. Maybe you're going to do the civil rights movement. Maybe you want to name it sixth grade research paper. Just whatever you want to name it here. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at this. You do whatever you need to do to make it customized for you, the whole point of this. And then a couple of things. First, if you are not in an English-speaking country, and you are maybe teaching in Korea or somewhere like that, you can definitely change the language if you prefer. And then it's going to ask you for sites that you would like to be included. So here I like to put, let's say that I am doing it over the civil rights movement. So maybe I want to go to history.com. That would be a reliable resource for my students. And what you can do is you can include the whole website, history.com, or you can include articles from that website. So maybe I want to go to the Library of Congress, or yeah, let's go to the Library of Congress. Let's search that. And I want to find an article over the civil rights movement. Okay, so Library of Congress has lots of choices for me here, but if I just want one specific one, like this, I can copy and paste that link. If I want to include the whole Library of Congress site so that students can use any of these choices, I can also do that as well. Just like that. Maybe you have other things that you want. Obviously, as I'm continuing to add, is continuing to give me places to add. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and create, and I'll show you a different way to add to your site later on. So I'm going to go ahead and create my site. It says, congratulations, you've successfully created your customized Google engine. And it gives you some things here, but I wouldn't say that we are done creating it. We just got started. It gives you your code, it gives you a URL, but what we want to do is go to the control panel of our site. Okay, so now it gives us some more options. First, we can put a description of our search engine. This could be just a little short description, such as this search engine is used for our 6th grade research paper. Or maybe you want to do instructions for an assignment here. Maybe you want to just describe that your search engine is over, like since my name is kind of vague about what is in my search engine, maybe I want to say that it's over the civil rights. That's the things that you're going to find here. And then search engine words, maybe I'll do civil rights as one of those, and you can add as many as you want there. Make sure that you separate them by a comma so it knows what your keywords, key phrases are. Okay. Next, you probably want to do an image search, especially if you're working with young children. Images really kind of help them out. If you don't want to have an image search, you don't have to. And then speech input, I think that's just accommodating, so we can leave that on. Obviously, if you want it off, you can take it off. And then come down here, I told you there'd be another way to add sites to your search engine. Well, here it is. So this also gives you a couple more options when you're adding sites. You can filter different things. You can delete. Maybe I decided I want to use all of the Library of Congress site and not just this article, so I'm going to delete that one. And then maybe I decided I want to add another site. So maybe I want to add something else. Maybe I decided I wanted to add this article back to it. Okay, it gives you a couple more options here. It says include all pages whose address contains the URL, just like if you had the Library of Congress site, they'd be able to access this article that I'm putting on here. If you just wanted to include this URL so they can't go to any other site through it, you can do that. And then it gives you some more options there as well. So I'm going to save this, and then we can update it. Okay, after you have all of your sites, hopefully it's more than 3, but this is just an example, like I said, and I'll show you some of my other ones when we are finished. But once you are done, there's some other options right here for your search engine. So next, let's go to the look and feel and the themes and all of this. So it gives you some layouts of how it will look. I prefer ones that look more like Google, so the overlay is going to have like a box that comes up where if they exit out, they're back to the original screen. Maybe you want 2 pages by itself, maybe you want it to be compact, so it'll be easier to access from a mobile phone. I usually do one of these two, so it looks a lot like how Google looks usually when you're using a regular search engine. Image search engines, again, it's up to you. I'll probably do something classic. And then always make sure that you save. And then themes. You get to kind of pick a color scheme. Maybe you want to pick school colors or something that they're used to. Let's just click classic, or maybe let's do bubblegum. That sounds fun. So we're going to have bubblegum. It's going to be pink and blue. Oops, I forgot to save. So we're going to save that. And now we're going to go to custom. And if you want to do custom colors, this is the place to do that. If you look over here, you have some different options. Maybe you want your scroll bar to be your school color. For me, that would be blue and yellow. So remember, we don't like the bubble gum. We want to add some different colors to it. So you want blue there. Maybe the search box, we want to be yellow. And then some more blue and yellow here. And then you can just play around with it, how you want it to look. Okay, probably not like that. Maybe we can change it. And that's part of what you're going to be doing, is just looking to see what needs to be changed, what do we want to keep the same. And etc., etc. You can go through all of those, save it how you want. Always remember to save it, like I said. And then thumbnails, if you want to add the thumbnails, they're already on. If you want to turn them off, you can. So that's the look and feel. Search features. This is kind of like if you want to include promotions to your site, such as this one right here, kind of like an ad, you can. Since it is for school, I like to turn them off just to keep the students from getting distracted. So that's what I usually do. If you are using this for like a business or something like that, then maybe you want to add some promos or something like that. You can add refinements here. And then autocomplete, synonyms, and then the advanced. So let's go through these. So synonyms, maybe they're typing in, I don't know, good, and what they're looking for is great. So maybe you can add that there, okay? Autocomplete, it's kind of like when you're in Google and I've seen YouTube videos all the time where someone is typing in something into their Google search bar, like how to, and then it tries to finish the sentence for that. So if you want to add that feature, you can right here. And then refinements is just helping them refine their search down right there. And then statistics and logs, this is kind of more for whoever has the account. It just kind of shows you who's been onto the search engine and all of that stuff. And then business, if you are using this for a business, it talks about advertising. I like to turn the advertisements off since we are, schools are exempt from taxation, I believe. So we don't have to have the ads on, and again, it just kind of helps to keep them from being distracted. So then we can go back to setup, and then I'm going to show you also how to add this or use it. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, you have your ID, you have your URL, and you have your code. So maybe you just want to give your students the URL. Maybe you want to put it on Edmodo. You can just copy and paste that. Maybe you have a class website. That you want to add it to. So let's pretend like you're going to add it to your class website. Okay? I'm going to add it to my research help page. And I just want to add the URL. So you can do that and then save. And then it'll be right there. Obviously, you want to make sure that it makes it a hyperlink. Hold on. There we go. Hyperlink that so that they can click on it to get to your search engine. Also, you could get the code and copy and paste this code. To do this, you're going to have to insert a gadget. So if you know how to do that, I'm going to have my embedded gadget where it has the search engine embedded. And it's not working. But either way, let's just leave it at the URL. And then it will take them to your 6th grade research paper or whatever your Google search engine is called for your class. What I'm going to do before we're done is I want to show you one of my search engines that what you can do with it. So let's look at the Titanic one. Obviously I have a couple pages of sites, and let's just go to what it would look like for the students. And they're going to type in something like that maybe. Notice that I have articles, there's videos in here from YouTube. I know I have a virtual tour in here, so they can click and explore the Titanic, which this is a really cool website, by the way. They can explore what the Titanic looked like. They can find articles from reliable resources. Maybe they want to know something specific about it. They can type in something more specific than just Titanic, but it gives them a lot of resources that are reliable and quality resources, because you have put those resources in their hands and kind of help them refine those searches to make sure that they get good information. So there you go. That's how you make your customized search engine. I hope this video was helpful, and thank you very much.